Hey everyone! Happy February. So I want to tell a little story. So there's a dog walking down the street and she senses another dog like 2 blocks away. Cannot even see this other dog, but she knows in her depths that this other dog is her best friend. She's madly in love with this dog, right? Same thing happens. Dog walking down the street, senses another dog 2 blocks away, but this time she knows that this dog is trouble and like security should be called, right? We know this, we've seen it. It's this deep primal sense of instinct and of intuition. And I share this story because I've been invited to think a lot more about my own intuition, both gut-based intuition and heart-based intuition. And it's really interesting. In Judaism, we have 3 different words for wisdom, for these different kinds of wisdom. One is bina. Bina refers kind of more to understanding, which to me is a little more cognitive. We have the word da'at, which is kind of knowledge, again, like more cerebral. And then we have the word chokhmah, which means wisdom. And that to me is a deep, deep truth that comes from intuition. And usually I have found that chokhmah can sometimes go against societal rules which are kind of much more, one should do this, right? All of the shoulds. This is how it's done. This is kind of the correct course or path, and don't stray from it. So it's interesting that Judaism has that as well. And I share all this because I have been taught some really beautiful lessons from the universe about this while I've been building my retreat. I started off with a very specific idea of how I thought this was going to go, the structure that it was going to have, how many people would be there, what it would be like to gather participants. And of course, the universe had a different idea for me. And that lesson that I'm learning right now very well is that actually it's going to be built by relationships, which is so perfect because that's totally the way that I prefer to move through life. It's much more how I work as opposed to to-do lists and hard business skills and tasks and all that. So it's been really interesting to be encouraged by a wonderful coach that I've connected with to really tap into this deep wisdom and this knowing. And I would describe it as a sense that really comes from heart space and having the spaciousness and the quiet to tap into spirit, divine, mystery, oneness, and think about, okay, what is the next right thing here? We don't have to know the whole picture. And honestly, if we did know the whole picture, we'd probably get overwhelmed. But going into that place of chokhmah, that place of wisdom that says, what does my heart say? What does my heart say? And this really can guide us through our friendships and our romantic relationships and our professional lives and our family lives and our self-care. Let me say that again. And our self-care, right? Like so important to tune into that. And so I'm sharing all this because I have an ask for you as well. What I found as I've been building my retreat is that the way that it really grows is through personal connections and through referrals. So if you know someone or you have a friend of a friend who would love 3 nights, 4 days of a beautiful setting in the Rockies and sisterhood and creativity and dropping into our bodies and tuning into our wisdom from a place of joy and a place of expansiveness, please feel free to share this with them, or better yet, put them in touch with me so that I can have a really heart-centered conversation with them. That's the way, that's really the only way that I want to work. So want to thank you in advance for that. And I really want to give us each the invitation this coming month to drop into that chokhmah, to drop into that wisdom, even if it means going against the way society dictates that we should do things, or other people's expectations of us, or having to say no, right? To really drop into that heart space and trust it, because the next right thing will be revealed. And I wish us a February filled with blessings and light and laughter and joy and abundance and always mischief. Happy February, everyone. It is such an honor to stay connected with each of you.